Good morning. My name is Nick Patterson. I am joined today by my amazing co-host who's signing on right now, Mark Gai. It's another Friday at 10 a.m. And here we are with another exciting edition of the Art of Encouragement. It is Friday, April 12th, 2024. We've been doing this podcast or vodcast, whatever we're calling it, for almost a year now. Incredible. And we are so glad that you have joined us in our journey of encouraging others, of bringing hope to the world and inspiring change through doing the right thing and encouraging others to do the right thing as well. Thank you so much for joining us. And hello, a big hello to my friend and co host, Mr. Mark Guy. How are you today? Tell us all about it.
Oh, I'm good. Thank you. I just came from a nice walk, right by the lake. It wasn't a very long walk, maybe about 25 minutes because the winds were picking up. But I tell you, it changed my entire perspective on the day. I was kind of just going around, but going for a walk, it just energizes you. Whatever it is, dance, walk, stretching, whatever it is, move your body.
Yeah.
So your body can move you, and it was amazing. It was amazing. I'm so glad to see you, my friend. Looks like are you losing some weight? I mean, you look better every time I see you. You
Oh,
look
well,
like
thank
you
you.
look more athletic. I don't know what's going on.
I
What's
don't
happening?
know about athletic whatsoever, but I am having a great time and am being more conscious of those decisions. Like we've talked about, our health is so vital. And after my health scare last year and going on into this year, making better choices, is important because I want to continue my journey. I want to continue inspiring others and encouraging them. And it's one thing for me to say, make healthy choices, do this, do that. If I'm not doing it, how can I really say that from an authentic place? So thank you, Mark.
Yeah, I mean, you look great. Maybe it's just your energy. Maybe you're just excited about this Friday, about the health, and making better choices. My mind thinks I'm still a teenager, but my body says, "Okay, it's 45 years. Okay, slow down." That's the thing, It's your mind is still, "Oh yeah, I can handle it. I can handle it." But then your body says, "Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute."
Right.
That's
And
what it's all about.
and I found especially when starting new workout routines and that sort of thing, whenever I was younger, I could say, okay, if I start working out my legs, I know for sure I'm going to be sore for 2 days and then it will be okay. That is not the case anymore, Mr. Mark. Sometimes it may be 3 or 4 days and then you don't want to do it, but we push through and we just learn maybe we can't do as much when we begin when we were younger, but we
Yeah.
just got to keep going. Kind of like Thomas the Train, just a choo choo, chug chug. And that's what it's about. Got to keep going.
It's about going back to the basics, right? Tell the truth, be honest, do good work. That's what I have found. I don't know about you, but since this is a lifestyle conversation, right? A lot of times we're talking about business and encouragement and also spirituality.
Yeah,
What I have found is, have you found that a lot of people are kind of giving up or not as encouraged in their jobs or in their work? They're like, okay, just phoning it in, or like expecting a lot and not really putting the effort that they used to, or maybe their generation before that. Have you found that in your recent encounters in your life?
absolutely. And I think you hit the nail on the head. A lot of people expect great return, but they don't put the initial work in that they have to do to get the great return. Or, like you're saying, they've become sometimes disillusioned, they've lost that drive. And once again, because they're disillusioned, dissatisfied, they begin doing this. They begin backing away one step at a time, not realizing it. And a lot of times that's what creates those organizational conflicts. We're pointing the finger, they're not doing this, my company's not doing this, but they don't realize it's a cycle. It's a two-way cycle, and everybody starts doing the dance. So we have to be intentional. We have to be intentional. I was so proud. One of the folks that I know from one of the jobs that I serve in, sorry, I wear many hats, but she posted yesterday, I'm so proud of myself. I stood up for myself. I asked for a raise and I got it. And that's part of it is she's been working hard. And then she was rewarded by saying, hey, I've been putting this extra work in. I've been really stepping up to the plate. Do you value that? And I think sometimes those conversations need to happen. Sometimes people are not going to come to you and say, wow, we see all you're doing. Here you go. Instead, we have to stand up for ourselves. Hey, I'm helping you out. Is that worth anything to you? I'm here. I come in when others call out. You know you can depend on me. Those types of assets in our workforce today are vital because we're a call out culture.
Mhm.
And to have those people that are steadfast, that are working diligently each and every day to then be rewarded. I just think that's awesome. But I think it's so cool that she stood up for herself and she said, hey, I'm doing this. That
Mhm.
encourages me because I know that a few months ago, she wouldn't have done that. She wouldn't have done that. She wouldn't say, I'm worth it. And so I'm so proud of her today.
Wow. Yeah, that's that, all we need is just an encouragement from someone. It's like, she's done it or he did it, then I can, or at
That's
least I can
it.
try. I can
I
try.
can try.
It's so true. We copy each other. Not only copied, we emulate. We emulate and we aspire to be like others. So I agree with you. Did you catch the partial eclipse or the total eclipse this week on Monday?
Unfortunately, I was recording at that time and was not able to go out there and enjoy it. But I think where we were, there wasn't as big of just the showing of it. But so many of my friends traveled either
Mhm.
to Texas or Arkansas to really be part of that event. And the photos, just the experience that they had it's wonderful just hearing them share that excitement and that community that, hey, we went there, we checked it out. It was awesome. So I thought that was fantastic. But yesterday, I work and serve at the church in World Golf Village. Yesterday there, speaking of all of these weather related events and just with the world, we had horrible weather. And there was actually a small tornado that went through in World Golf Village yesterday. Thankfully, no one was harmed. You know, just a little debris, roofs damaged, and I think a few fences. But so thankful for those that are watching today from World Golf Village. Just so thankful that nothing else happened there and that everyone's safe and every one of those shingles can be replaced. So be encouraged today. Don't worry, it will happen. So,
Yeah,
how's the weather where you are today?
it's excellent. It's windy. The nature is waking up from its slumber, its sleep. And about the eclipse, one of my friends went to the path of totality in Indiana, and she describes it as such a community um, building event across all people. Like no matter it's as if people looked up and set aside their differences for just a moment and to be in awe of this natural event. And she described it to me, but she said, Mark, I cannot describe it to you. You have to be in it. You have to be in it. The temperature drops, the sound, the smells, the sights, the way she explained it, it was remarkable. So I just want to say, if you are one of the lucky ones that you saw the totality, congratulations. And if not, hopefully you experienced it with the people you love. And just a reminder, like the nature is so amazing. And if it's not the eclipse, go outside and play and do something. Enjoy the every day. Every day we gotta enjoy, because I have to tell you, sometimes things are not up to us. Some things happen in life and you cannot control it. And if you control more, the further away you get from the desired outcome. So I have found sometimes you just have to take a nap or take a walk, and I think it's gonna, work itself out. So yeah.
Fantastic. And I guess what we could do is look for those eclipse moments each and every day. And I'm not
Yeah.
just saying that because it sounds good. If we are intentional about seeking out those moments where we can come together, where we can be people, and like you said, put aside our differences. There's an election happening in November. I don't know if you knew that or not.
I
And
is that what everyone is talking about nonstop in all channels in all ways? Because it is everywhere.
right. And, and
It's not laughing matter, but it's all consuming. It's all consuming.
right. And our platform, we are not picking a political side or anything like that here. This is not a political thing, but the differences are coming out. The the folks that just will not get along with the people that choose to be maybe on the other side of the political field than them, whichever direction that is. It's sad when we begin seeing people as their political party instead of the people that they are, the individuals. We cannot loop everyone of a certain party together. We need to spread hope. We need to inspire change one person at a time. If people want the political systems to change, it starts with one person, one person, one person. And it will not happen because of a huge national speech. It will not happen because of, people just saying, this is the right way. And then one day everyone's going to get it and everyone's going to applaud. That's never going to happen. But we need to be kind and we need to see those that we love, families that are dividing right now, coworkers that won't speak. Get over it. Get over it. And remember, in 4 years, we get to do it again here in the US. You know,
Yeah.
it, it is what it is, but don't be mean. Don't be mean.
Yeah, I was just talking about it with my friend about this same current event that is coming up, and people are, like division. It seems like it's ramping up. It's like ramping up, and I always ask, who is doing this and why, and can we, not be, um, persuaded to let our emotions take over us, so we cut off people just because they believe something different. And I think we lose people. I mean, I think one of the most precious resources we have in life, outside of our health and our life, is the people around us. Why would you ever want to alienate or, just disengage from someone because they believe something different? And I think it's a big loss. It's a
It
big
truly
loss.
is.
It's
When
a
I
it's
hear Yeah, family members that have agreed not to speak until after the election. Anything could happen between now and the election. Don't allow that to supersede your love for the person that's in your family. Come on, people. Come on. I encourage you today to not be that person. Don't do it. And
yeah.
I had a conversation where one of my friends, she and her father differ politically. And he said, "Well, I'm not talking to you again until Christmas." And it's like, that just breaks my heart because anything could happen between now and then. And, are those two political candidates or whoever comes along, are they worth that? I don't think so. I don't think so. So,
Yeah.
again, not political. We're not picking sides here, but we are encouraging you to not get so deeply involved in those mindsets that you forget to see the people around you.
Yeah.
See these people.
Yeah. It's the key. It's the people. It's the people around you. And they still the same people. They may believe something different, but they don't mean you harm, right? As long as they don't mean you harm or something to hurt you. I mean, it's people they experiencing, and I think it's the beauty. It's the beauty of this process. You just gotta let it all play out.
Yeah.
But it's so entertaining. It is
Yeah.
so entertaining, Nick. I mean, this is like the best
Oh,
entertainment show because it goes on for 2 years and then it goes on for this is like so gripping. It's such a drama and it's so compelling. It's all about storytelling. Are you familiar with the UFC fighting and like the UFC and everything
yes, I
and,
am.
and the Dana White? He recently gave an interview and somebody asked him like, oh, this UFC has grown. Like it's people know about it, about the fight, about the participants, the Octagon, the Joe Rogan, everyone. And he says, well, I think, and they asked him like, well, what contributed to your success? He comes out and says, well, it's because how we tell a story. It's about a storytelling. It's making people care about the backstory of the participants, the fighters inside the octagon. And it's so true. So many things in our life come down to the story that we hear and the story that we tell. And that's why,
Absolutely.
and you know what I'm thinking? Like this year, 2024, I have this intuitive sense. It's a year of storytelling. Every year can be story. I feel this is the year of storytelling. People are empowered to tell their story. They come into stages, platforms, podcasts. And guess what? In order to perform well on a podcast, you have to tell a story. I mean, podcast reach right now, based on a statistic that I read this week, is as much as TV. So podcast reach is as much as TV in United States and beyond. That is amazing. I mean, the adaptability of and growth of podcasts. Everyone has a podcast. Your dog has a podcast. Your grandma has a podcast. Every month. So look at us. We're doing this. So and
Right?
once I also seen like how do people get to know you? They ask you, do you have a podcast? Do you have a YouTube channel? Do you have a community? And you share the link, and then they see, oh, this is what you're all about. So
Yeah,
we have democratized the storytelling through one of the means of podcasting. And in order to do well in it, you have to learn how to tell compelling stories. And people are waking up to that. Have you noticed that as well?
absolutely. One of my friends that is a piano professor, Christina, she recently launched her own podcast and that sort of thing. And she's doing such an amazing job. Shout out Christina. Dr. Christina Mathis also just got her doctorate not too long ago. So proud of her. And she is wonderful because she's so authentic and she gives a completely different spin than most piano professors I've interacted with. And I absolutely love she's doing this podcast because her energy's different. Her authenticity level is like up here. I just completely respect her and am so excited to see the success that she's having now through launching her own podcast. But you're right, everyone has it. Do you know what the average number of podcasts are before people are like, okay, that's enough?
There's something called this was in 2015, the
Mhm.
content eclipse. Can you imagine? It eclipsed. I mean, people thought it was saturated in 2015. No, no, no. 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, and it's still growing. So what does this tell me? That there's going to be other ways to communicate short form storytelling, long form storytelling. It's about your presence and about the confidence to tell your stories and stories of others. And don't forget, people want to see themselves in the stories you tell. They want to identify. And it's just who we are. It's people. This is how most of us are wired. So the skills of compelling storytelling are only going to matter more. How do you compete with AI, with generative artificial intelligence? How do you compete in the sea of content? You compete and you stand out by how compelling you are as a communicator. And I only see it, and I wish we could trademark 2024 as the year of storytelling, but we probably can't. But so I'm calling this unofficially.
Yes. And Mark, I just as a person that is engrossed with technology and always looking at kind of what's coming down the line, our ability to tell stories and the capacity for us to engage with our audiences is about to just go from here to here with new virtual platforms. People are going around the world are going to be in virtual experiences over the next few years. 10 years ago, people talked about the phone replacing everything, and oh no, it never would. It did. So hear this. There's 5 years from now, the way we're interacting will have changed again. And I'm not going to go too deep into that, but we will have a different reality, kind of a web 2.0, where we're going to be experiencing interaction globally online in a way that we're not right now. And we are going to have the ability and the capacity to share with each other like we never have before. We're going to be able to paint pictures, put people into environments. And so we've got to be ready to do that. We've got to be thinking, a lot of times we color inside the lines. We've got to color outside the lines with our storytelling and really, really think about what the person hearing our story is experiencing so that we know that we're conveying it the right way. And I'm so excited about some of those advances in technology because it's going to shake everything up.
Wow, this you are painting a very compelling picture. And that's part of storytelling too. Paint a vision, paint a
Yes.
vision and get people excited about what is to come. Like, oh, just like on Netflix or somewhere else, they have this cliffhanger. Okay. And just before the episode is over, this cliffhanger so keeps you watching. I think it's such a good tool. Like, okay. But then one more thing. Remember this detective? I forgot his name. He said
Columbo.
oh, Columbo. One more thing. That's so funny. I don't know.
That's
Have you seen that before?
Yes, my great grandmother, we affectionately called her Mama Cat, absolutely loved Columbo. And growing up, I didn't know anything else when I was at her house. She loved Columbo, Matlock, and the Western show. So I definitely know Mr. Columbo.
It's such a good thing because while the new and exciting things are coming, we can also look back and learn the best of the best from people who have come before us. And what we learn and incorporate in storytelling, the way we present information, the way we show up. So I think it's great. We learn from everyone. You have heard this, right? Good artists borrow, great artists steal.
Yes, I have heard that. And like
Or
Solomon said, there's nothing new under the sun. Yes.
right. One of the other things I remember is saying if you get this idea from two people or from three people, you plagiarize. But if you get 100 ideas from 100 different people, put it together, you're a genius.
That's it. That's it. And I think that that's where a lot of our emerging business concepts are coming from. They're not doing new things. They're putting things together in a way that helps logistically, cohesively, and organizationally to factor in the different sectors, and they invite others in. It's fantastic because, like you said, they're not doing anything new. They're just taking so many business concepts and putting them together into one. And like you say, voila, they're a genius because they're not having to pay for this service and that service and this service and that service. And it becomes more cost effective for the end consumer.
Yeah, I love it. This,
Yeah.
just talking to you about this makes me so excited. But we also have to remember, like not to be too distracted with everything that's about to come and just focus on things we can do. Like you said, be kinder to yourself and to others. And even when you don't want to, that's the real point. Be
That's
kinder when you don't feel like it.
that's it. And one of the pieces of advice that I give over and over, it's something you shared with me. It's something that at least 10 or 15 others have shared with me. And when I kind of didn't trust it and didn't implement it, and I would say, oh, okay, yeah, hmm, but I didn't do it, I lost out on those opportunities. And that is taking the computer and charging it, closing the lid, putting your phone on the stand, charging it, leaving it alone, and getting out a composition notebook with a pen and actually writing out your strategies, your responses. Yesterday, I was sharing with someone that's going through a difficult relationship situation. That's exactly what we discussed at the end, is that she would both begin journaling as well as creating a list of just affirmations that she's enough and that regardless of her emotions at the time, she's going to be steadfast in her decision not to be abused. Those things are powerful. And going through that process of internalization through handwriting is a step that we can't miss. We need to go through that if we want to really internalize our message, our goals. Don't just type it, write it. And even as we're going, this new technology that's coming truly is amazing, but we can't lose where we've been. We have to go back and we need to keep writing, and then we need to keep dreaming. And, you
Yeah.
know, that way we're well balanced.
But that's what separates us from the animals, right? They cannot live they don't remember the past unless it's instincts, and they cannot really dream. We as humans have that ability, and we got to use it up. The
That's
more
it.
imagination you have, the more imagination comes. How it is somebody says, the more creativity you embark and cultivate, the more you get. You cannot spend your creativity, you cannot spend your, imagination, right? It's only going to grow.
That's it. Well, I know we're here at the end of our time together, but I want to tell you, you and I have been working on getting the art of encouragement on a few other platforms. I'm so excited about some of the progress we're making there. The art of encouragement is going to be on YouTube. We're going to be on TikTok. We're going to be on a lot of different social media apps. But we started here on Facebook, and we thank you so much for watching us each and every day. But people are asking, "Hey, can we find you here? Can we get you?" And when we started our Art of Encouragement, we were promoting the Art of Encouragement book, and we were coming together to just be able to encourage people around us to live their dream as well. That vision has not changed whatsoever for Mark or I, but we're looking forward to encouraging other people on the platforms that they engage with the most. And so if you're on some of those other platforms, you want to see us, you want us to be there, let us know. Let us know because we want to engage with you and your people. We want to be that hope. We want to inspire change. And we do that by sharing it one person at a time, sharing it with one person at a time. If you see someone going through it, be there for them. If you can't stand someone because of their political views, stop. Stop. See if that really is the root of why you don't like them. But see them as people. Encourage people around you, especially during a dividing time. We have the opportunity, one person at a time, to not be like all the others. Don't be like all the other people. Be yourself, your authentic self, broken, damaged, but going for your goals, shooting for the stars. We can do this, Mark.
I agree. Authentic stance and positioning and just authentic behavior is what will bring people, the right people, into your life. And
Yes.
that matters. And that matters. You need people who are on the same page. And your authentic uh, behavior may not win you all the popularity votes or the contest, but it will always get you respect. And I think respect is closely related to dignity and integrity. So being authentic is, it's not just social media matrix. It's the way to live life.
It's
So I agree.
it's everything. We need you. We don't need the you think we want. We need you. And if you want to explore how to, you're like, I've been putting on a mask for all these years. Let Mark and I know. We'll talk to you because we want to affirm who you are. We want to help you find that. We want to help you live your dreams so that dreams aren't just so far away, but they're right here. We can do that together. Reach out to us. We want to be there for you. Thank you all. We will see you next Friday, 10 a.m., right here and maybe other places on the art of encouragement.
Thanks, everyone.